Welcome. My name is Melissa Anderson, and I am the Campus Engagement and Research Services Librarian at Southern Oregon University's Hannon Library. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Business Insights Global database for business research. You may have heard of Business Insights Global or seen links to it online, but what is it? Business Insights Global is a subscription database of business research that is available to Southern Oregon University students, faculty, and staff for research purposes. The database provides a lot of different types of information, and depending on what you need, you can use the search box to search by company, industry, country, or article. You can also browse or search the database for industry and company intelligence, financial reports, case studies, journal articles, and much more. Once you run a search, you can then refine your results by limiting by date, subject, publication type, or other choices to zero in on what you're looking for. In order to access this resource, just visit the Hannon Library website and then go to the A to Z list of databases or one of the business research guides. Then, click on the link for Business Insights Global and you'll be taken to the database. Don't just search for it in Google, since it is a subscription-based database and you need to access it from the library website. If you are searching from off-campus, you may need to log in to the library website using your SOU username and password before you can access it. Let's try it out now. First, go to the library website and then click on Databases by Title. And then click B from the A to Z list. Find Business Insights Global at the bottom of the list and click on it. You'll be taken to the database. I'm imagining that I'm looking for some background information about esports, but I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for yet or what is going to be available. So I'm just going to type esports into the search box, and I'm going to click on article for my search type. You'll notice that the default search is for full text sources only, and for now that's fine. If I was also interested in citations to materials I could find elsewhere, I could uncheck that box, but for this search, I want full text. I hit search, and I get a bunch of results. Now I'm going to want to refine my results a bit. I could limit by subject or by date, but in this case I think I'm going to start by limiting by publication type. The market share reports are interesting, but what I'm really looking for today is news, so that I can get some background on the industry and later develop a really good research question. So I limit my publication type to news, and then I get a shorter list of results. And these are all sorted by date. That helped, but I would like to limit it further. You can see a list of all the related subjects on the left side of the screen. And many of these results are associated with each of these different subjects. If I expand my list of subjects, I can see just how many different ones there are, some of which are pretty different from what I'm actually researching. So I'm going to limit my results again to just articles that are about esports and video games. Now my list is much shorter, and I can find some articles that are about how esports are changing the business model for the video game industry. If I click on one of these, I will get the article and all the information I need to cite it, such as the author, the date, and the publication title. There's even a handy citation at the bottom that I can copy. Although depending on the citation style required for what I'm doing, I may need to modify it when I put it in my paper. I'd like to explore some of the other types of resources available now, so I'm going to click on Home at the top of the screen. One option is to browse the options under the Companies tab. You can use the Company Finder to build a list of companies in a particular geographic area. And you can also browse the list of company histories. If you ever need a SWOT report of a specific company for your research, this is also where you can find it. Just click on SWOT Reports, and then you'll get a list of companies to browse. I'm going to click on Adidas to see what a SWOT report for that company looks like. You can see that this SWOT report was published in May 2017, which is pretty current. That's good, since you want the most recent information available for this kind of a report. I can now read the report online or download it to my computer. The Companies tab also has investment reports and financial reports for many companies available. The Industries tab provides industry overviews that you can browse alphabetically or search by NAICS code. This tab also has market share reports for many different industries and industry essays, which are brief descriptions of an industry, like a summary of what's in a larger industry report. The Comparison Charts tab will allow you to generate a chart comparing certain metrics over time between countries, companies, or industries. Let's try a country comparison. I'm going to start by clicking Add, Remove, and then I'm going to type in United States. Once that information is added to the chart, I just click Add, Remove again to add another country. I'm going to type in France. I could keep adding countries too until I get all the ones I want to compare. Then I can look at several different metrics. GDP is the default, but I want to look at unemployment since that's one that often comes up in news articles. If I click on the arrow down, I will see all the possible options. Unemployment is one of them, and if I click on it, a chart will be generated comparing unemployment numbers in the US and in France over time. If you are wondering where the data comes from, bravo! That's a great question, and at the bottom of the chart, in small letters, you can see that the numbers are being pulled from the World Bank World Development Indicators for 2017, which should be a reliable source for this type of data. Under the Case Studies tab, you can find case studies on many different topics. Once you click on the tab, you can search within the results by keyword or limit by subject, date, publication title, and so on. The Glossary tab provides definitions of a lot of business terms you may encounter in the articles and reports you find in this database. That's an overview of some of the resources you can find in the Business Insights Global database. To review, this is a database of articles, reports, case studies, and more that you can access from the Hannon Library website. You can search it by keyword to find company, country, or industry data, or to find articles. You can also browse and search various reports using the categories and drop-down menus across the top of the page. You'll want to save the information such as the author, date, and publication title provided about the resources you find so that you can cite them accurately in your paper, business plan, or project. If you would like additional assistance citing your sources or looking for research on a particular topic, stop by the Research Help Desk at Hannon Library or contact me at andersm18@sou.edu. Thank you, and good luck with your research.